Insurance is tricky. It's not like buying a chair or a shirt or groceries. When you buy insurance, you're buying a promise. It's a promise that if something catastrophic happens to your business, your carrier is going to assist you to make your business whole again. Sometimes, though, it's tempting to question the value of insurance because it is an intangible product. Welcome to the Fact Check channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do. An insurance policy can protect you from the hazards of normal life, from floods and fires to car accidents and life-threatening illnesses. You can't stop disasters from happening, but a good insurance policy can provide financial coverage for these unexpected expenses. Before we look at weird insurance policies that actually exist, let's look at the policies that at least everyone should have. 1. Automobile insurance. Some level of automobile insurance is required by law in most places. Even if you are not required to have it, and you are driving an old clunker that has been paid off for years, automobile insurance is something you shouldn't skip. If you are involved in an accident and someone is injured or their property is damaged, you may be subject to a lawsuit that could cost you everything you own. Accidents happen quickly and the results are often tragic. Having no automobile insurance or purchasing only the minimum required coverage saves you only a tiny amount of money and puts everything else you own at risk. 2. Renter's insurance. Renters also need peace of mind that they will be made whole in the event of a loss. Fortunately, renter's insurance is a type of property insurance available to people who rent or lease properties. This insurance provides coverage for personal belongings, liability, and additional living expenses for covered losses. 3. Homeowner's insurance. Replacing your home is an expensive proposition. Having the right homeowner's insurance can make the process less difficult. When shopping for a policy, look for one that covers the replacement of the structure and the contents, in addition to the cost of living somewhere else while your home is repaired. Keep in mind the cost of rebuilding doesn't need to include the cost of the land since you already own it. Depending on the age of your home and the amenities it contains, the cost to replace it could be more or less than the price you paid for it. To get an accurate estimate, find out what local builders charge per square foot and multiply that number by the amount of space you will need to replace. Don't forget to factor in the cost of upgrades and special features. Also, be sure the policy covers the cost of any liability for injuries that might occur on your property. 4. Health insurance. The soaring cost of medical care is reason enough to make health insurance a necessity. Even a simple visit to the family doctor can result in a hefty bill. More serious injuries that result in a hospital stay can generate a bill that tops the price of a one-week stay at a luxury resort. Injuries that require surgery can quickly rack up five-figure costs. Although the cost of health insurance is a financial burden for just about everyone, the potential cost of not having coverage is much higher. 5. Life insurance. Life insurance protects the people that are financially dependent on you. If your parents, spouse, children, or other loved ones would face financial hardship if you died, life insurance should be high on your list of required insurance policies. Think about how much you earn each year, and the number of years you plan to remain employed, and purchase a policy to replace that income in the event of your untimely demise. Factor in the cost of burial too, as the unexpected cost is a burden for many families. 6. Long-term disability insurance. The prospect of long-term disability, LTD, is so frightening that some people choose to ignore it. While we all think that, nothing will happen to me, relying on hope to protect your future earning power is not a good idea. Instead, choose a disability policy that provides enough coverage to enable you to enjoy your current lifestyle even if you can no longer continue working. But while there are some forms of risk that are foreseeable, fire damage, car accidents, catastrophic hurricane damage, there are other types of losses that are far more surprising. Even more surprising, you can get insurance for them. Here are 10 crazy insurance policies that actually exist. 1. Body part insurance. You would expect a NASCAR driver to have life insurance, but did you know that certain celebrities have specific body parts insured for millions of dollars? Let's look at some of celebrities' body parts insurance. Heidi Klum insured her legs for $2.2 million. Rod Stewart's insured his voice for $6 million. Dolly Parton insured her chest for $600,000. Keith Richards insured his middle finger for $1.6 million. It might seem ridiculous to have your derriere insured for such a whopping amount, but it makes sense for celebrities. If Keith Richards loses his middle finger in an accident, he can't play guitar anymore. If that food critic can't taste anything, he has no more career. Celebrities aren't the only ones who can have body parts insured, however. Anybody can get a policy on the body part of their choice. Hand and foot models do this all the time. The bad news? It can come at a steep price. One Dutch winemaker who insured his nose for $7.8 million will pay roughly $23,000 a year for the policy. 2. Career insurance. You can't always point to a single body part as the one thing keeping your career afloat. That's where some celebrities have taken out policies against their entire careers. Abbott and Costello's $250,000 policy protected them against partnership-ending arguments for 5 years. And if soccer star David Beckham has a career-ending injury, his insurance carrier will pay him $151 million. Again, for people whose career paths are their only livelihood, an insurance policy like this makes sense. When the paychecks, endorsements, and speaking engagements end, celebs want to receive compensation. 3. Ghost insurance. The term ghost policy has two definitions in the industry. While a ghost policy often refers to a situation where a business tries to cheat its way out of proper workers' comp coverage, some insurance companies actually have a legitimate ghost insurance policy to cover damage done by actual spirits. After an alleged ghost sighting on his property, one British hotel owner took out a £1 million policy against death or disability caused by the spirit. 4. Alien abduction insurance. Worried about a close encounter of the third kind? Yep. There's insurance for that, too. At least 3 different insurance agencies, one of them right here in Central Florida, sell alien abduction policies, and some have even paid out claims. The plans range from serious to gag gift, but if you live in fear of an alien abduction, this might be the perfect policy to set your mind at ease. 5. Falling Sputnik insurance. When the Russians launched the Sputnik satellite in 1957, it created a worldwide panic. In fact, some people were so scared of pending disaster that Lloyd's of London actually wrote a $22,000 policy, almost $200,000 in today's money, protecting against accidental death caused by falling Sputnik. It should be said, however, that there have never been any recorded incidents of injury or death by a falling satellite. 6. Thailand riot insurance. When political unrest began stirring in Thailand back in 2010, the country's tourism numbers dropped by 8%. In an effort to boost the tourism industry, the Thai government offered $10,000 coverage on tourists who were injured as a result of a riot during their visit. Travel delays caused by riots and political demonstrations were reimbursable up to $100 a day. 7. Cold feet insurance. We've written about wedding insurance before and believe it to be well worth the cost, especially if you're getting married during hurricane season. But what if the Irma that calls off your wedding isn't a storm's name, but your fiancé's? One company offers change of heart insurance if a bride or groom calls off the wedding. The catch? The bride or groom cannot collect on this, only an innocent party financier. So if Melissa calls off the wedding, her parents can get back the cash they shelled out on the dress, venue, and flowers. 8. Multiple birth insurance. Buy one get one free is a great deal at the grocery store, but a little more intimidating when it comes to pregnancy. Multiple birth insurance would reimburse pregnant mothers for the added costs of an unexpected arrival. Diapers are expensive enough for one baby, let alone 2. The twinsurance is fairly popular in the UK. 9. Lottery insurance. Lottery pools are popular in the office, especially when the jackpot reaches the multi-millions. But have you ever thought about what you would do if your staff were to actually win that jackpot? This exact scenario really happened in the UK, where 7 office workers became the beneficiaries of £6 million each and handed in their notices the following day. Lottery Syndicate Insurance protects business owners from the financial loss of having to replace all or most of their staff at once due to a jackpot win. 10. Bed Bug Insurance. Many people think their homeowners or renters insurance is comprehensive, only to be disappointed when they make a non-covered claim. Treating a bed bug infestation costs the typical homeowner around $1,000 to $2,000. But if you own an apartment building, those costs could skyrocket. Bed bug coverage would get your tenants the help they need without bankrupting you. So, which of these weird policies do you prefer? Thank you for watching us.